In 1972, a woman named Patsy Mink, joined by a few others, got together to write the Education of Amendments of 1972, later referred to as Title IX. Title IX came into being because Patsy and women everywhere encountered a problem. Women were viewed at a lower importance because men were able to be in a lot more things than women were allowed to be in. Patsy helped to write the law that protects women from being excluded and being viewed at a lower standard of importance than men.
Title IX protects people from discrimination based on gender in educational programs or activities that receive federal financial assistance. Title IX governs the overall equity of treatment and opportunity in athletics while giving schools the flexibility to choose sports based on student body interest, geographic influence, budget restraints, and gender ratio. The focus is on the necessity for women to have equal opportunities as men as a whole, not on an individual basis. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of gender, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity that receives federal financial assistance.
Women began to engage in sports about 3 millennia ago. Homer, 800 BC, relates the story of Princess Nausicaa playing ball with her handmaidens next to a riverbank on the island of Scheria. When she and her handmaids were satisfied with their delightful food, each set aside the veil she wore. The young girls now played ball. Odysseus was awakened by the shouts of the girls engaged in their sports. Thousands of years later, the shouts of girls playing ball finally awoke the United States to realize the need for sport-specific opportunities for women. Prior to 1870, sports for women existed for play in the form of recreational rather than competitive. Only 1 in every 27 girls played high school sports, and the female athletics received only 2% of overall athletic budget. There were virtually no college scholarships for female athletics. As more women sought to become involved in physical activity, they became more and more competitive. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, women began to form informal athletic clubs such as tennis, croquet, bowling, archery, and many more.
What you endure is who you are. And if you just accept and do nothing, then life goes on. But if you see it as a way for change, life doesn't have to be this unfair. It can be better. Maybe not for me, I can't change the past.
Women have always encountered the problem of inequality, but it took a few brave people to actually do something about it. Patsy Mink, the mother of Title IX, was an American politician from the state of Hawaii who battled gender discrimination her whole young life. Patsy played basketball for Maui High School but wasn't allowed to play full court because the school believed it was too hard for women to pull off. After finishing college, Patsy applied to a medical school but received 12 rejections due to gender discrimination. She then decided to apply to a law school, but she faced sexism when she was denied a job at a law firm because she was a married woman. Patsy wanted to start her own practice but had to fight for the right to take the bar exam. When she passed the exam, Patsy became the first woman lawyer in female Hawaiian history. Patsy Mink faced endless challenges from society but never gave in. She was tired of the way women were being treated, so she pushed for the ratification of Title IX. You may think this was an issue only women were concerned about, but there was a man who was more passionate about this topic than anyone else. The father of Title IX and the Senator of Indiana, Birch Bayh, was the first person to introduce Title IX to Congress and was one of Title IX's primary authors. Birch Bayh thought Title IX was an important first step in the effort to provide women everywhere something that is rightfully theirs, an equal chance. In 1971, there was an opportunity to more immediately redress discrimination against women in education by attaching a new section, Title IX. Birch Bayh led a debate on Title IX, contending that it was germane to any education bill. When the roll was called, they lost the germaneness issue by 1 vote. Next session of Congress, the parliamentary objections to Title IX were overcame, proving that gender was indeed germane to the Higher Education Act. As you can see, Title IX wasn't just something done in a month or two. Title IX was building on over 30 years of progress.
On June 23, 1972, Title IX became a law. Title IX was enacted by Congress and signed into law by Richard Nixon at the Title IX rally at the United States Capitol. But did Title IX actually change anything? Well, women across the world said it did. Olympic gold medalist Cheryl Miller said, "Without Title IX, I would be nowhere." But Title IX doesn't just focus on athletics. It helps girls in many other key areas, such as access to higher education, career education, employment, math and science, standardized testing, pregnant and parenting students, learning environment, sexual harassment, and technology. Title IX doesn't just help girls be able to participate in sports. That's nothing but a myth. Title IX was made to help girls have a better chance in education, athletics, employment, and so much more.
After Title IX, women everywhere started accomplishing great things. On September 20th, 1973 was the first tennis match ever to be won by a girl, and that girl was Billie Jean King. Cheryl Miller led her all-girls basketball team to gold in the 1984 Olympics. On August 5th, Joan Benoit won gold in the first ever Olympic marathon for a woman, and in 2010, the University of Connecticut women's basketball team won 90 consecutive games, going 2 seasons without a loss from 2008 to 2010. These are just a few huge athletic accomplishments for women, but they also accomplished a number of things academically. In 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor is named first female Supreme Court Justice. In 1983, Sally Ride became the first American woman in space. In 1990, Dr. Antonia Novello became the first woman Surgeon General. In 2007, Nancy Pelosi was elected the first female Speaker of the House. As you can see, one of the biggest impacts of Title IX was the impact it took on women's education.
Before Title IX, it was perfectly legal for colleges to refuse to admit women. Now, more women than men are enrolled in college, and more women are going into careers previously geared towards men in science and technology fields. Title IX's impact may extend far beyond the playing field. It raises the possibility that experience of athletic competition shape women's lives, steering at least some of them away from such traditional institutions as church and marriage. But this is all just a big overview. Does Title IX really make a big impact on one individual? Title IX allowed me to experience all that it means to be part of a team. It helped me to make friends outside my normal social circle. It developed my confidence. It gave me something to brag about. It developed in me a love for sports. It allowed me to realize the athletic ability God gave me, and it taught me a little something about leadership. Blog writer Gail Zugar stated.
Title IX has affected many people over the years and will continue to affect people today. Without Title IX, women probably wouldn't have as much of an equal chance like they do now. Although there are people who still discriminate in our world today, we know how to defend others and ourselves. Thank you for watching our presentation. This is a topic we are very passionate about, and we are very proud of the project we have created.